Thank you in advance for helping this channel reach 100 subscribers. But this milestone isn't about numbers, it's about purpose. You didn't just subscribe to a YouTube channel, you tapped into a mission that's here to shift minds and sharpen truth. If you ever felt like the smart one in the room but still overlooked because you're using big words and if you ever question your religion and had nobody to talk to, if you're tired of the watered down lies about a certain group of people and their story, this channel was literally built for you. I made this platform to solve real pain points that most of us feel but can't always name. 1. Shallow or biased history. I got sick of it. I did a lot of research and I noticed real quick, some black scholars were way too biased. Some white scholars were way too biased. So I had to start cross-examining everything side by side, digging deep. I was tired of being lied to from both sides. Now I'm here to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if it's factual, it's getting spoken on. This isn't about agenda, this is about truth. 2. Intellectual isolation. This one's personal. There was times I damn near was about to cry because I was surrounded by people in my own community who didn't care to know anything, and I did. And I had to walk around with that hunger for truth, that silence, and it weighed on me heavy. I mean, like real heavy, man. So if you're a bookworm or they call you a nerd or you feel boring because you rather invest in your mind than watch Love and Hip Hop or whatever reality shows they got going on, I feel you. Not boring to me. You're curious, you're interesting, you care, and I'll never be bored with that kind of mind. This space is for you. Self-growth, confusion. Everybody screams level up, but don't show you how. Here, I give you structured improvement rooted in African sacred wisdom and modern formats. And like I've said before we worry about money, we gotta build character because money only amplifies who you already are. If you're a cokehead respectfully and now you just miraculously get rich, now you're doing 10 times the amount of lines. Let's make sure we're mentally and physically strong before we start talking assets. That's how real power works. Religious confusion. Here's when shit gets real. I was indoctrinated just like most of y'all. I used to be Christian. I was getting on my knees, praying hard, going to church, trusting what they told me without question. But I had questions, and instead of ignoring them, I read, I dug through books. I went through mental pain breaking out of that belief system. I also had, I have them now, a personal teacher helped guide me. But I'm not revealing who that is yet. It's too early for all of that. Just know I didn't wake up overnight. This was a process. And now I can help you separate what's belief and what's verifiable history. Because there's a difference between religious and being factual. It's like being in a relationship. You might believe your partner's being faithful. You will hope they're loyal, but unless you got proof, you don't really know. You don't really know. You're not omnipresent. Faith leaves space for guessing. Facts don't. That's the beauty of evidence-based history. It don't ask you to believe, it just shows you what it is. And that can hurt. Shit, it hurt me. Hey y'all, I'm sorry, look, I lost count. Don't know what number we on, but what's the next one I want to hit on? Information overload. Look, I've read a ton of books and I had to waste a ton of time digging through the bullshit, so you don't have to. Half of what's out here sounds deep, but it's rooted in nothingness, right? I'm here to filter it out, simplify the path, and bring you the sources and the ideas that actually matter. And to me, I think that can be a curious mind killer early on if you overload yourself on nothingness off top. But we're not stopping there. What's coming next is deeper. We're going further into mythology, power, and mental mastery. We're dismantling lies calmly. We're building truth piece by piece, brick by brick, and then we're stacking that knowledge with real world skill. What's that? Financial literacy. Now look, that's later on. Don't worry about that yet. I get it. Look. We all got bills to pay, right? But building an intellectual foundation is far more valuable than being rich. People assume that if you're rich, you must be smart. Not quite, not all the time. You can be smart with money And even that's questionable. I know rich individuals personally in my personal life, and they're, for the most part, risk takers and people who take action. Simplicity. I want to build you guys up to be well-rounded mentally. Now, let me address this straight on, because I know some of y'all watching aren't African or American Africans, which I like that. Shout out to Shaka. He the one that says that, man, American Africans. I explained in a video about that. Different topic. Let's stay on this. Look, you're welcome here, because truth is truth. No matter what color you are, if you care about truth, you belong here. And if I ever seem like I'm white bashing, understand this. I'm not coming from hate. I'm coming from correction. Our story has been erased, twisted, and disrespected for centuries. So I have to rebalance the scale. Books like The Bell Curve try to say black people were genetically less intelligent. That's not science, that's psychological warfare. They say we were uncivilized when we civilized the modern world. How was that? Facts, not an opinion. And I'm here to dismantle lies like that, surgically and with sources. So if you're tired of surface level content, you ready to build with a real community, y'all know what it is, man. Join the free Discord. It's thinkers only. No trolls, no drama. We talk books, mindset, history, cosmology, personal goals, everything that grows us. Links in the description. Don't wait till the channel is at 10K to get involved. Build with me now while it's still intimate. Again, thank you for helping me reach 100 subscribers. That's a feat most YouTubers don't even have under their belt. This is just the beginning. I had to make this video in the moment. Sorry I didn't have time to get this to my editor, right? I would have had this decked out for y'all, but look, if you've been feeling, if you've been feeling like there's nowhere to turn for truth, clarity, and power, you just found your place. Don't be stuck and dumb forever. Let's learn and grow together. It's Hef.